here we go again. Hey everybody, what's up? So this is going to be a rant video, which I haven't done in years actually, but it's time I did another one. And the topic for this rant video is very appropriate because it's about something that is nothing new, but has continued to be more and more prevalent these days. And that is how Star Wars haters continue to lie for profit and attention. Now, when I say lie, I mean that not only do Star Wars haters twist facts about certain things or, tell half-truths, most of the time they straight up lie about almost everything, mostly news-wise, as far as the new movies and shows go. And not only that, but they also lie about how certain fans view the franchise today, what certain actors or directors say, and also in general, like the perception of the newer films and shows. And to really understand how these haters lie, twist facts, or just straight up make up information, we're going to be going over a few popular examples. Now, first and foremost, one issue that the haters love to lie about or twist facts about is Rian Johnson's spin-off Star Wars trilogy that he's currently working on. Now, the biggest lie about this topic that the haters love to push is that Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy has been canceled and that he's been fired from doing any future Star Wars movies, which Rian Johnson himself has confirmed 3 or 4 times now is not true. Now, obviously, the reason that the haters lie about this is because they didn't like The Last Jedi. Now, I know, yes, The Last Jedi was a divisive movie. No one's denying that. And even though I like it, I admit it does have many flaws. Mostly continuity errors in the plot, continuity errors in terms of the tone, a lot of the supporting characters not really being interesting, the second act not really flowing smoothly and kind of dragging, and overall just, not necessarily having the Star Wars feel or tone. Just because I have those problems does not mean I hate the movie overall. I still thoroughly enjoy it overall, even though I initially gave it a solid A, but after rewatching and reanalyzing it, I decided to give it a B+. Now, just because I brought my grade down and my ranking down for the movie, again, does not mean I hate it. I still enjoy it as a whole, and my problems with it don't take away from my enjoyment of it, Those problems aren't so severe that they completely ruin the movie for me. And speaking of The Last Jedi, another thing that the haters love to lie about related to it is that nobody liked it, which could not be more untrue. Why? Because I myself have encountered numerous people who liked it. Many, many people who liked it, all of whom are my friends. And I have also encountered a lot of people who did not like it and despised it. Therefore, there really is no majority or minority when it comes to The Last Jedi. If you really look at it, it's basically 50-50. A lot of people liked it and a lot didn't. But anyway, back to Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy. I think the only reason that the haters continue to lie about it and say that it's canceled are because A, they didn't like The Last Jedi, and B, they don't think Rian Johnson is a good director or Star Wars fan. Well, first of all, the two harsh realities that you have to fucking accept are A, people did like The Last Jedi, not everybody hated it, that's a flat out lie, and 2, lots of people also think that Rian Johnson is a good director. Just because you don't think he is doesn't mean everybody agrees with you, okay? Those are two harsh realities that you need to fucking accept. And if you guys actually were open-minded fans, then you would acknowledge that. But the thing is, these haters are not open-minded or fans at all because they don't act or behave like fans, because all they do is hate for the sake of hate and hate for the sake of profit and attention. That's the only reason why they make all these freaking videos repeating the same bullshit and straight up lying and talking about the exact same stuff over and over. They do it for attention and profit because they think it makes them appear popular or cool, when the reality of the situation is hating on something popular does not make you cool or look popular, okay? And also, when it comes to Rian Johnson, another thing that the haters love to lie about is that he attacked or mistreated people who didn't like The Last Jedi, which again is not true, okay? He wasn't bullying or attacking them. He was simply calling them out for acting like fucking children because of the stupid, childish, immature things that they said about The Last Jedi, okay? Never once does he fucking attack them, okay? If you look through his Twitter account and his posts about The Last Jedi, never once does he attack somebody who didn't like it. He's just calling them out for acting like children because they did, okay? He didn't start the hate for this movie. They fucking did, okay? Because the stupid, childish thing that they said, like, oh, Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars, or he raped my childhood with The Last Jedi, or he deserves to be fired with what he did to Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. You know, he doesn't understand how movies work. He doesn't understand Star Wars. He's not a Star Wars fan. Well, fact of the matter is, all of those are your points of view, okay? Those aren't facts. Those are just your fucking opinions, okay? And never once does he attack them for saying that, okay? Yes, he called them man babies, but they fucking deserve to be called that because that's exactly what they were acting like. The things that they said about The Last Jedi were essentially things that a man baby would fucking say, okay? Because of what they said about him, you know, ruining Star Wars or ruining or raping their childhoods, which ironically are the same fucking things they said about George Lucas back when he was in charge after the prequels were made. Yet they're saying the same things about Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy, and now they want George Lucas back, which proves beyond a reasonable doubt that these fucking haters are hypocrites, yet they'll deny it till the day they die. Just... oh God, I swear. Yeah, they're hypocrites, but they'll deny it forever. And also, not only did they say those things, but they said even worse things about Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy. So much so that they basically made death threats against Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy, which I've already talked about in one of my previous videos. Okay? They have basically straight up threatened to murder Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, there's no fucking proof of that. Or really? Dig deep into YouTube and Facebook comments and you'll see that many times Last Jedi haters made those threats against Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson, okay? I even have screenshots of a few examples of that. One says Kathleen Kennedy needs to fucking lynch herself, or Rian Johnson, that piece of shit troll, should be murdered. I mean, those are not fucking things that a fan would say, okay? Those are things that an immature fucking child would say. Just a straight up bully or asshole would say those fucking things, okay? Not a fan. Only a fucking troll would say and believe those things, alright? Not a fan. Fans do not think or talk like that. Only Star Wars fans, and I use the term fan loosely because they really aren't fans, but really Star Wars haters who are mostly online say those things, but never once, never fucking once have I encountered a fan who believes that. You know, never once have I personally in real life encountered somebody who believes those things. Never once. Basically meaning that these haters have a bigger presence online than they do in real life. And fact of the matter is, if you talk with most Star Wars fans, they'll never say those things, okay? Most Star Wars fans are incredibly funny, kind, and interesting people, okay? Meaning that, again, these haters are really just a vocal minority, even though they like to think of themselves as the majority. But reality of the situation, if you talk to most Star Wars fans, they're kind and funny and really sweet, genuine, dedicated people. And another reason why these haters seem to think that they're the majority of the Star Wars fan base is because they have big followings and have a lot of subscribers, like Geeks Plus Gamers or That Star Wars Girl, for example. Really, that doesn't prove anything. Your numbers just don't prove shit, okay? No, okay? Just because you have a lot of supporters and subscribers does not mean you represent the majority of the Star Wars fan base. Now, as for another example of a topic that the haters love to lie about or twist facts about, is Kathleen Kennedy and her supposed feminist SJW agenda that she's supposedly infusing Star Wars with. When, again, that's not factual, that's just your freaking opinion and just your point of view, as Obi-Wan Kenobi would say. Okay? And the reason that they make that claim, the reason that they think Kathleen Kennedy is trying to put some feminist or feminist extremist agenda into Star Wars is because in one picture she's wearing a shirt that says the Force is female, or because she's advocating the creation and addition of more female characters into the universe. Again, that doesn't prove that she's trying to put this ultra-feminist agenda into Star Wars. That doesn't prove anything. That's just what she thinks needs to be done. Because, again, fact of the matter is, the first two trilogies barely had any female characters. The prequel and original trilogies just had one major female character. And actually, for the longest time, that was a criticism of them. So I'm glad Kathleen Kennedy decided to change that. But the thing is, those who think that, those who think that Kathleen Kennedy is trying to put this ultra-feminist agenda into Star Wars aren't understanding what the true definition of feminism is. They're not even acknowledging it. The definition of feminism is when women have the same equal rights as men, okay? That's the whole freaking purpose of the feminist movement, okay? The reason why the feminist movement has been a big thing for many years is because, as I'm sure you know, for the longest time, men had all the rights in the world, okay? And, for decades, women have been marginalized and have, gotten few rights, and that the whole freaking purpose of the feminist movement and why it's still going on today is so that women can get the same rights as men, okay? It doesn't mean that women are the superior ones and that they should have all the rights and that they are the dominant gender. That's not what feminism means at all, okay? What it means is for men and women to have equal rights and so that they're treated fairly, okay? And another thing that Star Wars haters love to say about Kathy Kennedy is that she doesn't care about Star Wars fans, when in reality that's not true, because she has said numerous times that us, the fans, are the most important part of Star Wars, okay? If it wasn't for us fans, this franchise would not nearly be as popular or as, huge as it is today, okay? She has acknowledged that, and so has George Lucas, okay? And that's another thing. The haters love to say that Lucasfilm and Disney and Kathleen Kennedy completely ignored George Lucas's ideas for episodes 7, 8, 9, when again, that's also not true, because if you dig into it, and in fact, if you look at the book, The Art of Star Wars: The Force Awakens, for example, a lot of Lucas's concepts and ideas did make it into the sequel trilogy, such as the main character of the sequel trilogy being a female, which was George Lucas's idea. Originally, she was named Kira, but then they decided to change her name to Rey. And another idea that George Lucas had for the sequel trilogy that did end up being in the sequel trilogy is Luke Skywalker being in hiding at the first Jedi Temple, okay? Those were confirmed to be a couple of Lucas's ideas that did stay in the sequel trilogy, okay? They didn't throw out all of his ideas. Some, yes, but they also kept some. Additionally, another thing that the haters do is straight up make up information about the movies or shows. For example, this is a recent one. recently haters started to say that The Rise of Skywalker is undergoing extreme and massive reshoots. Like, a rumor that they recently started is that The Rise of Skywalker is undergoing, like, reshoots that are basically redoing 75 to 80% of the movie, which, again, that's not true because no official source has confirmed it. No primary source has confirmed it, like anybody working on the movie has not confirmed it. It's only been confirmed by clickbait bullshit fucking news websites like WeGotThisCovered.com or comicbook.com or YouTubers like Maj0r, who is the biggest liar and propagandist in the Star Wars fandom ever, or Geeks Plus Gamers, or World Class Bullshitters, or John Talks. All freaking of those hate channels and users have said and repeated those same freaking lies and lies just like them. Like, for example, another lie or rumor that they love to discuss or make up is that the Star Wars theme park Galaxy's Edge is failing and it has been having low attendance, which again is not true because if you've talked to people who have actually went, and if you look at articles, on the percentages and numbers of attendance, you will see that a lot of people have been going and that the park is not failing. Okay, same thing if you look at videos people have done from the park, you'll see a ton of freaking people there. Okay, it's not like the park is completely empty, because that's what the haters seem to be implying and like continue to make up. They keep saying that the park is empty and nobody wants to go, which again, that's just your opinion, not fact. Okay, a lot of people have been dying to go. It's just that the problem is that a lot of Star Wars fans don't freaking live at the locations of where Galaxy's Edge are. Okay, not a ton of freaking people live in Orlando or in Anaheim, California, so travel is a big issue, and that's one of the reasons why that not everybody has been able to go, and also the prices and everything. But again, travel issues and attendance numbers and prices on the merchandise in the park itself aren't proof that the park is failing. Okay, those are just factors to why not everybody has gotten their chance to go. Okay, I myself haven't gotten a chance to go because of how freaking far away the parks are, and the fact that I barely have any money. So again, those factors aren't proof that the park is failing. Okay, those are just reasons why not everybody has gotten their chance to go. And another thing that these haters love to lie about or make up is something that they've been doing for a while, like, since Disney bought Lucasfilm. Like, this might be the number one thing that they love to make up, and that is they claim that us fans attack and bully them for not liking the new movies, which again isn't true. What we do is call them out and expose them for acting like children and for acting like the bullies that they claim we are. Okay, they started all this hate all the way back when Disney bought Lucasfilm, saying that, oh, Star Wars is ruined, Star Wars is dead, nobody cares about Star Wars anymore, all of which are strictly their opinions and not facts, yet they love to present them as facts. They love to do that for clicks. But yeah, they constantly claim that we attack and bully them, which is not true, because never once do we say that they're terrible people for not liking the new movies. Never once have I or anybody who is an actual Star Wars fan has said that, okay? What we do is call the haters out because they deserve to be called out, because, again, they flat out lie about things, make things up, or, attack us and then play victim pretending like they don't. That's the biggest pattern I've noticed with Star Wars haters. They love to play victim after bullying or attacking fans. They love to, say, oh, no, 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 they started the attacking, they started the bullying, we did nothing wrong, we're completely innocent little angels, which is a bullshit fucking lie, and they goddamn know it, yet they'll never acknowledge it because they know it'll expose them if they admit it. Let me think. What's a good example of a Star Wars hater who loves to play victim? Oh, I know. That Star Wars girl. Yeah, she's probably the biggest Star Wars hater who loves to play victim and make things up. Why? Because actually, very recently, she played victim, claiming that Star Wars fans attacked her for not liking the Reylo ship, for not liking Reylo fan art. Because that Star Wars girl claimed that she doesn't like Reylo because she thinks it's a toxic relationship, and she said on her Twitter or Instagram that Reylo should be canceled. Which, personally, I'm not a fan of Reylo either, and I don't think it'll happen. But to say it should be canceled and that people are mentally ill for supporting it, just grow up. Seriously, just fucking grow up, okay? If you don't like it, just fucking move on, okay? Just say you don't like Reylo and move on. And also, to branch off of that, another thing that Star Wars girl claims she was attacked for was taking a picture with this Rose Tico cosplayer at a recent convention and tagging someone that, hey, I found Rose at the convention. Now, the reason, she played victim on that is because she claimed she wasn't attacking the Rose Tico cosplayer, yet she tagged someone in that post who is a known Rose Tico hater, and that is Ethan Van Sciver, aka Comic Artist Pro Secrets, who is a huge Star Wars or Disney Star Wars hater, and at one point used to be part of a comics company that was anti-diversity, aka Comicsgate. Yeah, basically, she tagged a freaking known racist in her picture with that Rose cosplayer, and he straight up attacked that Rose cosplayer, and all of his followers and that Star Wars girl's followers went after that Rose cosplayer. So that Star Wars girl knew what she was doing when she took that fucking selfie, okay? She wasn't playing innocent. She purposely tagged Ethan Van Sciver so that Rose cosplayer would be harassed and attacked. And in fact, that Rose cosplayer actually responded to the tag and to the selfie that Star Wars girl took with her. She said, you were, quote, nice in the elevator, but I would appreciate it if you took this selfie down because of the harassment I've gotten from the friend that you tagged. Okay? But did that Star Wars girl take responsibility for it? Did that Star Wars girl take down the selfie with the Rose cosplayer? No, she didn't. And again, she played victim and denied that she tagged a Rose hater. She said that, oh, the person I tagged actually likes Rose, when that's not fucking true, because if you go to Ethan Van Sciver's, YouTube channel, he has made multiple videos attacking Rose Tico and Disney Star Wars, okay? He's no fucking different than that Star Wars girl, okay? He's just as much of a hater as her, okay? But again, they'll deny it, whenever they get the chance, okay? They don't want to accept responsibility for their, terrible things that they've done, for the bullying and for the attacks that they've done against Star Wars fans like myself. They'll never admit it because they know if they do, they'll be exposed for the lying, attention-seeking whores and trolls and bullies that they are. Okay? That's the only reason they don't want to admit it and why they'll never admit it. And, not surprisingly, I, myself, have been attacked by Star Wars haters numerous times, going all the way back to after The Force Awakens came out. Okay? I have been, attacked numerous times, and people have said things to me, you're not a Star Wars fan, you're just a childish little soy boy liberal libtard who loves anything with the name Star Wars attached to it. Which is not true, okay? Not true at all. I have admitted that I didn't like Rogue One or Solo, for example, but just because I didn't like them does not mean I'm going to stop being a Star Wars fan, and does not mean that I automatically hate everything Disney Star Wars related now, okay? That's not fucking true, okay? Because I will be a fan of this franchise until I fucking die, okay? Because that is how much I love and I am fucking dedicated to it, okay? You're the ones who don't deserve Star Wars, okay? You're the ones who don't deserve to be called Star Wars fans. Don't deserve to call yourself that. Why? Because all you do is attack, bully, make up information, and, just act the exact opposite of how a fan would act, okay? Fans are supposed to be positive, knowledgeable, and, relatable people rather than fucking toxic bullies and cunts who think that the franchise belongs to them and think that the fandom that they claim to be a fan of, should go or play out a certain way and should meet every single one of their fucking demands, otherwise they're gonna throw a hissy fit about it, when that's exactly what they do, okay? They claim they're fans, but don't act like fans whatsoever. And not only was I attacked for liking The Force Awakens, but I was also attacked for not enjoying Rogue One or Solo, and I was also especially attacked for liking The Last Jedi. And I was also attacked for calling out that Star Wars girl. Yeah, Jesse Milestone, aka the YouTuber Mindless Entertainment, attacked me for calling out that Star Wars girl for being toxic and biased against Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson and the new Star Wars movies, okay? Okay, I wasn't attacking her at all, I was just calling her out for the fucking liar that she is, and she fucking knows it, but of course she'll never admit it. Same thing with Mindless Entertainment herself, okay? She was calling me a libtard soy boy for, doing my duty as a Star Wars fan for calling out a hater, okay? But the joke's on you, Mindless Entertainment. Why? Because thanks to your video that you made on me, I got more subscribers and supporters. You guys are the literal fucking embodiment of everything that Star Wars preaches against, okay? You let your anger and hatred of, the new franchise, or the new parts of this franchise essentially blind you from viewing them, fairly, okay? You guys literally are the fucking dark side, okay? And you know it. While we are the light side, because we are dedicated to this franchise. We will stick with it no matter what happens to it, because that's how much we love and are committed to it. And we also don't bully and then play victim, okay? But you guys fucking do that all the time, okay? It's basically your MO. It's basically the thing that defines you, okay? Your hate defines you, when really that's a characteristic of the Sith, okay? That's what a Sith does and what a Sith believes in, that their hate makes them stronger, when a Jedi does not, okay? Jedi are pacifists and peacekeepers, okay? And, selfless and fair, which is what we are. Even though, that being said, Mindless Entertainment and that Star Wars girl are not the biggest haters I've seen. In fact, the biggest Star Wars hater I've encountered or ever seen in my life so far is Jeremy from Geeks Plus Gamers. Why? Because all he does is regurgitate the same clickbait bullshit and lies, and, continues to attack Star Wars filmmakers and fans. He continues to attack Kathleen Kennedy. He continues to attack Rian Johnson. He continues to attack fans like me who call him out. And again, every time we do so, he'll deny it. He'll say that we are the bullies and that, we are the ones who started attacking. When in reality, it was him and people like him who started it back, when The Last Jedi came out, okay? Because, ironically enough, Jeremy said that he was a fan of Force Awakens, but then went a complete 180 after The Last Jedi came out. Now, that being said, yes, he's allowed to dislike the new movies. Yes, he's more than allowed to dislike The Last Jedi. But the thing is, he doesn't, dislike it in a normal way. He just takes his criticisms with it way too fucking personally and way too fucking far, to the point where hitting on it is basically all he does and all that defines him, okay? His YouTube channel name is Geeks Plus Gamers, yet it should be called, Star Wars hate channel, because literally that's almost what every single one of his fucking videos is. Okay, you know, almost every single one of his fucking videos hates on, you know, new Star Wars content, from Star Wars Resistance to, you know, The Last Jedi. Okay, he literally hates on almost fucking all of it because it doesn't fit his point of view, and it's not, you know, meeting his expectations or demands, which is a characteristic that every Star Wars hater shares. Okay, they throw hissy fits and, you know, lose their fucking minds just because the new stuff is not meeting their expectations or playing to their demands or not pandering to them. Well, you know what? Tough shit. Get over it. You know, Star Wars is not going to please everybody, okay? That's impossible. It is impossible to please everybody with Star Wars, and in general, it's impossible for everybody to be pleased in real life, okay? And that's a harsh fucking reality that Jeremy and every Star Wars hater refuses to accept, okay? Because they're that freaking blinded by their hate that they can't see reality, okay? Hate is essentially their comfort zone and their safe place, okay? They're in like tiny hate-filled bubbles, okay? That's basically what they are. And they're so blinded by those hate bubbles that they just can't accept reality and can't be open-minded and can't be unbiased. Whew. Now you might be asking yourself, do I see them changing their minds eventually? No. No. Because they know if they change their minds, they'll lose their fan base and they'll lose their audience. They know if they admit that they're wrong or, you know, try to be fair and try to be unbiased, they'll just be exposed for the liars and hypocrites that they are. Okay, so that was my thoughts on how Star Wars haters lie for attention and profit, and just some examples of the things that they lie about. May the Force be with you, and if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more. See you guys later. Bye.